strikers in Newcastle United. Newcastle United's history all week. I mean, we've gone right through the decades, and we started this week with Jackie Milburn and Robledo. I mean, what was that? How was that?
Well, terrific. I watched them when I was a kid on the terraces. But that was the formation that brought the FA Cup twice. They won it 3 times, but George had gone by 1955. That was the partnership that took them there in 51, 52. And I mean, Milburn was electric. He was quick. He was showbiz. I mean, when you get a statue put up to you in town, you're not a bad player, you know. And he's the one and only so far that's got a statue. He was a fabulous, fabulous player. And Jordi Robledo was just a good goal poacher at the side of him. They were both 30 goals a season men, so and you can't be bad. And Jackie won the cup for them in 51. He scored both goals against Blackpool, and George won the cup for them in 52. He scored the only goal against Arsenal. So as a partnership, they were at the top level, the top division, and they won the cup twice. So that's not bad. They complemented each other. Milburn was quick. Robledo was a good lurker. He knew where the ball was going to end up. His positional sense was terrific.
Well, it's definitely a shock to the system to be told of winning trophies for
Well,
that late league.
Well, we've only got 2 in the series that were actual trophy winners. Those 2. And of course, Wyn Davies and Pop Robson were the 1969 European Fairs Cup winners. They were a little in large act. I mean, Davies, very, very tall, devastating in the air. His whole game was basically about his ability in the air. Pop was quick and cute and played off him and scored a pile of goals. If there's anything wrong with Big Wyn, it was probably he didn't get enough goals for his ability to scare teams. Pop picked up all the goals. And really, the 69 was where Davies was at his height in the Fairs Cup, because on the continent, they hadn't come across what we come to know as the big British centre-forward, you know, the huge guy, lob the ball up in the air and fight for it. They were used with carpet football, and they were absolutely devastated by a guy who was so good. He had the ability to jump and hang that split second longer than anybody else, so he was always above everybody on the headers. And that combination won us the cup.
Brilliant. And I mean, we'll look at it. So chronologically, I guess. I mean, Super Mac and
John Tudor. They were behind the '74 FA Cup final. When everyone remembers how badly we did in the final against Liverpool when we hardly got over the halfway line, and KK was playing for them with Big John Toshak. But in fact, Newcastle got to Wembley to win through every round away from home. And MacDonald scored it in every round away from home. He had 2 partnerships. There was him and Tudor for the FA Cup, and there was him and Gowling for the League Cup 2 years later. He always said Tudor was his ideal partner, and having watched them, I think that's true. Super Mac had a lot of Milburn in him, in terms of being very quick and a real terrace player for the fans. Absolutely adored him, because he was quick. He was much better in the air than Milburn. And Tudor was the Robledo, the hard worker who took the weight off and ran the channels, and they did well together, very, very well together. And of course, if you look at the centre forwards, the number 9 history that you've got, you go looking at this lot we're talking about today, because Huey Dowder was way before any of that. You go, don't you, Milburn, Super Mac, and Shearer, who inevitably is in this twice, isn't he?
He is, yes, he is. But obviously moving on after the sort of years of winning cups and coming close, you know, bit of a depression after that, I guess. But one little man came back, Kevin Keegan, came for the first time actually.
For the first time, it's the 3rd time now. He came as a player. As sensational. All 3 times he's arrived here have been sensational and totally unexpected. He was captain of England, European Footballer of the Year twice at Hamburg, blah, blah, blah. No idea. We were desperate at the time. We were a division down in the old 2nd division. Team was desperate, going nowhere, flat as a pancake. Arthur Cox pulled off this unbelievable signing that none of us expected. And the whole thing took off from Keegan. He was like Pied Piper. Everybody wanted to come.